Wait, hold on. Are you seriously using the same joke you used last video?
No, see, it's funny because the Bruins are sleepwalking through their last couple of games.
It's really not that funny.
Okay. I do have an alternate version if you want to see that.
No, not really.
Okay, great.
Yeah, kick a guy while he's down. Real nice.
Oh, don't take it so personal. Think about it this way. Next year, with Bedard, you get to be Edmonton Oilers East.
That does not make me feel better.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Low quality fans! The high quality Bruins team, that is a dub against the last place team in the league, and we needed overtime to do it. Yeah! This team's weird right now. I told you that we were going to get a lot of weird results over the last couple of weeks because it's just not the same. The games don't mean as much. And there's a human element mentally, physically. It's just so much harder to get up for these games. And I'm going to be honest, the team actually played pretty well. It was a bit of a snooze fest through the first 20, but like they pushed and they fought and they bled and they got the win. There was a real effort in this one. The scoring's dried up a little bit, but you'd rather it happen now than in the playoffs. And that's a game note, by the way. I'm just all over the place to start. You'd rather it happen now, right? Past couple of games, we can't seem to find the back of the net. You go cold sometimes. Happens to every team. I'd rather it happen this week and next week than it happen 3 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Also, feel like this is necessary to say, even though it's completely unnecessary. I do not condone illegally streaming games, you know? These people bust their ass, you know, to bring you a product that you have to pay for. You gotta pay for it so that you can watch your team, you know? You gotta pay for that to line their pockets. And we should support them. Economy. But hey, with the way that Nesson is performing the last couple of games, illegally stream anything you want. That was unwatchable for portions of this one. The audio, the robot voice, the that we got through it, and all of the audio about beginning of the second on, I'm not sure if it was, I don't know if I just didn't notice for the first, or I was half asleep, I don't know. It was about a second behind. So all of the audio, the sound of the puck hitting the stick was just, wait, I'm not going to do the editing for it, but it would hit and then it would, it was just all delayed. It was horrendous. So I don't condone illegally streaming, but I sure wouldn't blame you. That seems rude, but god damn. Nesson, get your shit together. The amount you charge people to be able to watch these games, just to get around blackouts, by the way. Just so that, we pay to watch TV, we pay for the sports channel, and then it goes, oh, this list of 15 games, you don't get to watch because just stream whatever you want. I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't give a shit anymore. I don't give a shit anymore. I seem upset. I seem frustrated. I'm not. I just think I'm a little manic right now. The week's gotten a little long. I'm a little tired. But the Columbus Blue Jackets are 3-6-1 in the last 10. They are literally the worst team in the league. They're they're bottom 5 in about every single stat. They stink. They stink. Johnny Gaudreau said it when he went there. Came here to win hockey games. Well, guess what, buddy? Yikes. They're so bad. They're so bad. And they'd like to keep it that way for at least the last couple of weeks. I gotta say, I do want Bedard to go somewhere like the Blue Jackets or the Sharks. Not really the Ducks, because I really hated the Ducks for a long time. But like a team that I don't truly fear, and I don't think we'll utilize him properly, even though that sounds awful. But there's also a piece of me that doesn't want him to end up on one of these teams because I want him to be awesome. I'd rather him just be a Boston Bruin, if I'm going to be honest. That's what I'd really prefer. It's not going to happen, obviously, because we just clinched the President's Trophy. And we also just broke the franchise record for most wins in a season, which was 57, is now 58, hopefully gets into the low 60s by the end of the season. That's pretty cool too. So we'll take it. We better start resting some mother truckers though. We better. The injury list for the Blue Jackets: Boquist out, Line out, Blankenberg out, Olivier out, Goodbranson out, Merzlikins out, Jake Bean out. Werenski has been out like all year, and then Danforth is out. Oh, and Christensen out. They don't care. This is a great thing about when you're, like, when the Bruins are there, which God forbid is anytime soon, but when the Bruins are there and you're just tanking, you don't care who's in or out. You're just watching hockey to watch hockey. So much easier. Just sit back, grab a beer. You don't really care about the result of the game because you know you're not going anywhere. There's a relaxing element to it. We're all stressed, aren't we? Tell me, every time Bergeron or Marchand took a hit, tell me when Bergeron got cross-checked in the face, you didn't panic just a little. We're just nervous about injuries right now. We're scared shitless. I'm rambling too much. Let's get into this. The Boston Bruins iced an almost full lineup. They had Grizz sit Orlov up with McAvoy, Clifton, and Zaboral work together as a pair, and then Lauko is in for Greer on that fourth left wing. Other than that, it's everybody against the worst team in the league. We got the franchise record. Can we please start resting some guys intermittently? Like, every game going forward, we should have at least 3 playoff starters rest. We really should. And I do not know exactly how able we are to do this, where we're able to, like, move the money around and get people up and down, call-ups and everything like that. But we gotta rest some guys. Shit, man, we really gotta rest some guys. Ullmark is going to get the start for us tonight. He has a .962 save percentage in this one, meaning his league-leading .937 save percentage is probably going to go up, which is just crazy. A couple award winners that they did tonight. So we go through, every year, there's a couple awards that get handed out, usually in the last home game of the season for a few of these, but they decided to do it differently. Probably just to kind of keep, I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, so you've got the first 3 stars of the season. David Pastrnak being the first star, Ullmark being the second, Marchand being the third. I find it crazy that Ullmark's not the first star, even with the season Pasternak's having. But hey, that's just me. The Eddie Shore Award, selected by the Gallery Gods. It's demonstrating exceptional hustle and determination throughout the season. You probably would have guessed this. That goes to Charlie Coyle. Very well deserved. Elizabeth Dufresne trophy. This one's going to go to the outstanding performance on home ice. Linus Ullmark will get that. He has a 1.67 goals against average on home ice and a .942 save percentage on home ice. So pretty good stuff right there. The Johnny P. Busick Award. Charitable contributions off the ice. That is going to go to Patrice Bergeron. You'll love to see it. The only bad part about that entire ceremony is I didn't get to watch any of it because everything was getting bugged out on the app. So, whatever. Do you think I'd look good with hoop earrings? I don't think I'd look good with hoop earrings. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Let's talk about this game, shall we? Puck drops! 127 in. And we're going to start with a 2-on-1, Bertuzzi to Coyle. It's beautiful. Coyle misses the net wide, but they're going to go for a slashing call. Boone Jenner, very captain-like there, Jenner. We're going to talk about you a couple times this game. Boone Jenner's going to go to the box. The best chance on the power play. I'm predictable, right? Every time I say the best chance on the power play, you know I'm about to talk about a shorthanded bid by the other team. Like, you know this at this point, right? Well, either way, Corrali gets set up at the left point. We get out-hustled to a clearance, basically. Corrali sets up on the left dot, and it gets fed to him. He's wide open. He misses wide, but that is the best chance. There's no shots for us on this power play. The power play did, for portions of it, look way better, but I'm just not doing the moral victory shit. Yes, we scored a power play goal. We need a little more consistency. Like, I shouldn't be upset. We scored a power play goal. We did what I asked us to do. It's got to be more consistent. It's got to be more consistent. 3:05 in. Freddy is going to go for hooking. We're going to the penalty kill. 3 seconds left of that penalty kill. Peterson's going to go for high sticking. So it's going to be 4v4 for 3 seconds, and then a $1.57 of the power play. This was the best looking power play in a long time. We were shooting like crazy. We were retrieving the puck. We were moving the puck around. It was mostly the second unit. And then at the end of it, about 5 or 6 seconds left of it, Krejci just with a blatant turnover gives it up. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Like an unnecessary turnover. It was a back pass that goes right to them. So it's going to be a 2-on-1 the other way. It's a perfect pass by Fudi to Roslovic, who has a backdoor tap, and it's right across the crease, and he just gets to tap it right by him. It's a nice play by them. But it's 1-0, not a shorthanded goal because it expired by that much before it actually went in the net, but it might as well be. 9:56 left of the period. Marchand is going to go for slashing to the penalty kill. We kill it, and then 1:19 left, too many men, penalty kill. We're going to kill that off and kill the rest of it in the second period. The first period was the Bruins trying to get their legs going. And it's not like they were severely outplayed, but they just, again, it was the lack of execution, just like in the Nashville game. It's fine. Teams go through these. Remember, we won 7 in a row. Before that, we lost 2 in a row, and everyone was super upset. And before that, we had won like 8 in a row. And then before that, there's just these little dips that are going to happen. Just got to live with them. Hopefully in the playoffs, those dips stay real little. 2 games in a row, you manage to win 1, and then you crush on the other. I never want to worry during the playoffs, please. I know I will, but I never want to. 3:01 into the second. Bertuzzi is going to go for high sticking. We are going to kill that off. And then things are going to get a little more interesting to the second. 5:37 in. Lauko and Sweezy are going to drop him. Lauko seemed to just want to give the spark, right? I don't really see a reason for this having to happen, but if a guy's going to take a fight right now, I'd prefer it be a guy like Lauko or a fourth-line guy like that. I don't want to see anyone else fighting. We had multiple other fights happen, though. We'll get there. It's a nice little tilt. Nothing special about it. Hard to call any real winners. Sweezy probably gets the best of him for the most part, but they're both throwing haymakers, so I can see you call it either way. But trying to spark the boys. You take that. 9:10 in. Peterson goes high on Bergeron. He's clearly coming in for a cross-check. Bergeron gets his stick up. I think the cross-check's really going right for the neck, and because his stick gets up, it slides up a little bit and gets him right across the face. Bergeron's stick, I mean. So, clearly, like, either way, it's a high cross-check right to the face for no blatant. Peterson sees him the whole time, right? It's dirty shit. And so they call a 5-minute major. And then, so Bergeron's bleeding from the ear. And then they're going to call it a 2-minute minor after a review. The reason this makes no fucking sense to me, because I don't think it was a 5-minute major worth. I really don't. It's Bergeron, so yes, of course it is, but I don't think that was a major. But what it definitely was a double minor, because the guy's gushing blood out of the side of his head. Right? Like, is that a confusing concept to anybody? The refs are so confused all the fucking time. All the time. Hey, the game's fast. Yeah, the game had stopped so they could make this decision. Either way, it's going to be a 2-minute power play, and thank God we actually make them pay for it. It's a scary moment at the blue line initially. Krejci looks like he's going to turn it over right there. McAvoy swoops in, grabs a puck, nutmegs the defender, goes right through his legs to pass this on the backhand, pass this to Zacha, who's above that right circle. And he's going to skate down, skate around one diving player, skate around another player attempting a stick check, and flip it from his backhand perfectly across the crease for a tape-to-tape to Bertuzzi, who tips it over the pad and in. It's 1-1, power play goal. Bertuzzi's on the board. Bertuzzi, I know, is just getting cheers every time he almost scores, so it's nice to see him get one. It's his second as a Bruin. He almost gets his third, but we'll talk about that too. It's 1-1. We score on the power play. Everyone can sort of relax. The power play is still bad. 8:04 left. Off of face-off. Freddy and Peterson shed him. We talked about, I already saw people tagging me in this. Where's the pushback? Where's the fight back? They're touching your captain. I wasn't responding yet because I was like, wait a second. Just wait a second. They tried to get him immediately when it happened. The refs got in the way immediately. Give it a second. Everyone loves these when it's your guy, at least. And Peterson's a piece of shit. Like, that was a blatant cross-check to our captain's face. I don't give a shit if I don't want him to be concussed, obviously. But he lines up with Freddy, and they're kind of skating around, goon style, if you've seen the movie, where they're kind of lining each other up. And Freddy just right on the chin and buckles him. I mean, cross-eyed, legs buckled down. He was KO'd. KO'd immediately. And he pops right back out, like hits the ice, shakes it off, gets up, immediately down the tunnel because they got to check him for concussion protocol. Dude got knocked out for a second. Happens, you know? I don't know if you've ever been in a fight, but it's very easy to get knocked out for a second. You get right on the jaw, boof, rattles your brain. But that was gorgeously done by Freddy. And that's some tough guy shit. That is just... if you can one punch KO a dude on skates, that's pretty impressive to me. Anyway, good fight by Freddy. One punch man. You'll love to see it. I do hope that Peterson is not concussed. This isn't like a brain injury because that's scary stuff. But he certainly did deserve to take one on the chin. And kudos to him for, you know, answering the bell. That's one of those moments. I've been vocal about this on this channel. I don't always love the fighting. That is one of those moments where that was a dirty play. You got to answer the bell for that. You're going against a guy who usually fights. Shed him. See what happens. And he answered the bell. So good job on him. 6:54 left. Marchenko is going to go for a 4-minute for high sticking. 29 seconds in, it's a hard shot from the point by McAvoy. Bertuzzi gets to the rebound and tucks it 5-hole. They blow the whistle. I heard the whistle after it crossed the red line. The Nesson audio, though, I don't know when on the ice it was actually blown. They wave it, review it, and then come out and go, the call on the ice stands as no goal in the play. Zero explanation for the fans. None. And I haven't even seen after the game what they say about it. Just say, like, the play was blown dead before it hit. The continuation of play should be enough for that to count as a goal. I have no clue why this didn't count. I really don't understand it. And they didn't feel like, you know, telling us. The next 3:30 of power play time, nothing doing. Nothing doing. Third period starts. We're 30 seconds in. Lauco, turnover on their blue line, leads to Johnny Gaudreau being in alone by a mile. And the biggest save of the game. Ullmark stones him, closes the 5-hole. People keep trying to go 5-hole on Ullmark because there's been reports that that's where he's weakest. I don't know. Feels like he's pretty consistently making those saves, as far as I'm seeing. I don't have the numbers to back me up, but really feels that way. 5 minutes in, Zacha gets in alone. Hutchinson's going to make the blocker side save. He's actually a lefty, so that's reverse side that you're thinking of. And then 9 minutes in, Jenner goes numbers on Carlo. Gets him right in the back. Perfect distance from the boards for Carlo to go head first right into him. Puts his arms up. I'm surprised this was a no call. They both try to fight each other. Neither of them are fighters. They just pulled and yanked on each other until they were, like, split up. This was not a real fight. And I'm kind of glad it wasn't because, I mean, you guys, there's some of you guys that talk about Carlo being, you know, made of glass. And I will say he's injury prone. That's my response to that. So I'm glad he didn't really fight. 6:33 left. Nosek is going to go for tripping. Penalty kill. We kill it. We're going to overtime. The funniest part about overtime is Corrali and Bergeron off the opening faceoff both break their sticks. And like both of them are like, I don't know what to do now. So that was fun. The way it ends, we're about a minute into the OT, and Lindholm and Pasta are coming up, and blue line, right before they hit that blue line, Lindholm with a perfect pass, just chips it over the defender's stick. To Pasternak on that right side, and with his speed just goes right around the defense, in on Hutchinson, puts it on his backhand, and just dunks it. And that's going to be your game. 2-1. Huge, right? President's Trophy. Not that we care about it. I don't believe in the curse, but like, fine. We have home ice to the playoffs, though, which is good for us. And it's a franchise record, 58 wins. Cool. But the biggest game note I have is, yeah, scoring's not coming right now. But, again, you'd rather have it happen now than happen in the playoffs. Yeah, we're having that little dip. Let's hope it's just a little dip. We go right back into it. So, not a lot of concerns out of this. We sort of, I wouldn't say got goalied, but we certainly could have scored more. It's just not one of those games I'm going to look at and overly criticize. Tough to get up for these ones. And the team's tired. Look at the schedule for March. I feel this just because every night that there's a game, I'm in front of the computer for the game, and then I do the video, and I'm up late, and I have to wake up early for work and all this stuff. So, like, I feel some sort of exhaustion when we have schedules like this where it's every other day, right? It's been 4 days a week for 3.5 weeks now. Like, that's been the whole month. is 4 games a week. The boys are tired. And after this weekend, they get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and we should see more and more resting after that. So it's not out of the realm to just say, look, the team's losing a little gas. They need to reset. They need a little break, and that'll come. That's pretty important to recognize at this point. And I don't think that's bad to say. I don't think it's an insult to the team. The more we have games like this, the more I think that we're not going to get to that 63-win threshold. We need to win 5 of the last 7. I don't see it happening because I just think rest is more important to this team, and I think it should be. I know some people disagree with me, but I think it should be. Anyway, I'm pumped. We got the win. Let's just keep moving on. Keep trucking. We got the weekend coming up, back-to-back again. Get some rest in. Stay healthy. That's the important part. Go Bees, go!